welcome back to Undaunted Nomad, and I am Jasper, and I'm currently in Indiantown, South Carolina. I didn't actually mean to show up here. I was just passing by. I was going down this road that I haven't gone down before, and I noticed this place. It's actually pretty cool, so I'm just gonna show you guys around. Let me just turn the camera around somehow. Or not. Maybe I'll just do this. So, this is some sort of church, I think, by here, but there's this like placard over here that I want to see what it says and show you guys. So here we go. It says Indiantown Presbyterian Church. Disarm in the most rigid manner. So this is really cool. Apparently, after Francis Marion's initial victories in August and early September 1780, British military authorities in South Carolina moved to eliminate the threat of an insurgency in Williamsburg district. So, yeah, this is really cool. I'm sorry, ADHD, right? Wow. So there was a large force of like British regulars and loyalist militiamen, and disarm in the most rigid manner all persons who cannot be depended on to support the king. Faced with a much larger force on his trail, Colonel Marion had little choice but to retreat into the swamps of eastern North Carolina, but his decision left Williamsburg undefended. On September 20th, Major Wemyss reported to Cornwallis that he has burnt and laid waste to about 50 houses and plantations, mostly belonging to people who are now in arms against us. According to the local lore, Wemyss also ordered the burning of Indiantown Presbyterian Church, calling it a sedition shop. Founded in 1757, in the heart of community identity for the rebellious Ulster Scots, or Scots-Irish families in the area. It was probably a center of Whig activity in Williamsburg. The church, a simple log structure on the site of the present building, was rebuilt after the Revolutionary War and again in 1830. So, this is actually a really cool piece of history, guys. If you know anything about, the Revolutionary War and all that. So, I'm now going to walk over to the church, the modern church over here. Looks like they got a really cool cemetery. There was a schoolhouse behind me that looked really cool, but unfortunately, there's a lot of no trespassing signs, probably for safety reasons. So I did not go over there. Yeah, this is real-time walking. There's my van. This is before my van is actually fully done for the redoing the build and all that. So this is previous to the van tour. I'm not sure when this video is going to come out, either before or after the van tour. And I'm not editing these videos because I want to show you guys the raw nature of van life. So let's see if I can't get this in frame. I don't know if you can see it, but that sign up there, it says Indiantown. I don't think there's any harm in getting a closer look at these gravestones here. I still wish I could turn this camera around. If anybody knows how to turn the camera around, mid-record. Let me know. See if I can't just do something like this. Just pointing the camera out. Dr. Joseph Scott Cunningham, 1832 to 1925. Elizabeth Chandler. Some of these you can't really read anymore, but it looks like there's a lot of Cunninghams. So let's just keep going. See who else is buried here. And I think I see some more information on the other side too. So we'll take a good look around here, guys. I don't want you guys to miss out on how cool this actually is. In memoriam Luther E. Wilson, 1873 to 1910. This is a really nice one. May Snowden Wilson Moss, 1879 to 1958. Those ones don't really look readable. Let's go this way first. There's a broken one there. Looks like it may have been fixed before. Check it on the camera, make sure it's still running. Hi, guys. And just think about it, these guys. Like, the period of time that these guys actually lived through is an important part of America as it is today during the Revolutionary War. This is just great. And some of these people lived after that, of course, I'm sure. I'm not an expert on history. I'm just a fan of history. So, if I get things wrong, please correct me in the comments. But, this is just cool to me, guys. I hope this is really cool to you guys, too. There's some really big memorials over here. Let's see what they say on the other side. The star of hope shall rise again, and happy days shall come when we have left this world of pain to seek a heavenly home. That's beautiful. And just look at how beautiful this is. Wife of John D. Singletary. Let's see. Another Singletary. I think later on I'm gonna probably post some links down in the description if I can figure out who these people are and what their significance was to this location and the events here. We got some really small graves over here. I wonder if those are children. This one, it's got a dog on it. And I'm sorry if the camera is super shaky. Let me see if I'm even aiming this correctly, yeah? That looks like maybe a pet grave. There's a lot of graves over there. And keep in mind too, I'm not touching these things, guys. I'm trying to be as respectful as possible, even though I am, just a stoner van lifer with ADHD and autism. I'm not going to touch these. This is showing respect to these beautiful people in our history. This is beautiful. It's a couple buried together. Another couple buried together. More of them. The Irvin family, Kennedy family. Interesting. Wife of H.E. Kennedy. Wow. There's a huge one over there. We have to go see who's buried there. There's a lot of really good names over here too. Let's see, Irvin, Chandler. We got a Brown family back there, Graham, Thompson, Lavette. Ooh, yeah, there's some really big ones back there. But I want to go see what's in those giant internment chambers. I'm trying to figure out the best way to get over there. The Snowden and Wilson family. Wow. Mr. John Bark, who departed this life the 30th of September, 1831. Age 58. He was an affectionate husband. What does this say? Oh, I'm not going to touch it. Tender parent. From us, he is gone. We trust and hope to dwell among the best. And I'm sorry if you guys, again, aren't seeing this correctly. I got to figure out my camera situation because I'm just using my cell phone and I don't know how to... Wait, is this the button? No, that just takes a picture of my face. And my face is not important here. The history is what's really important in this video. You got the Barr family here. Pritchett's. A lot of huge stones over here. More Irvins, Burroughs. And all these people lived in the late 1800s and early to mid 1900s. Almost all of them. And some of these graves are still in amazing shape. You got some small graves around. Oh, it looks like somebody was buried here. Was born in 1930, buried in 2022. Rosa Burroughs Strawbridge. I wonder if she's related to the Burroughs family. If you can see all these Burroughs graves. You know, a descendant of some of these people here. And she died not too long ago. I kind of wish, you know, kind of wish that I could have asked some questions. Maybe I can find somebody here. I don't know. It seems pretty empty though. The Burroughs Prosers. Stuckey. Okay, this is really interesting because, again, I'm not a history expert. This is all kind of new to me, this particular little town. But I do know there is another little town in South Carolina called Stuckey. And I wonder if they are named, you know, if it's named after the people. Again, I'm gonna probably put some links down in the description for anybody who's like curious beyond like watching the video. Snowden family there. See Anderson. Another Stuckey. There's lots of graves back there. Love it. Marsh. And what a beautiful cemetery this is. And it looks like somebody actually comes out here and really takes care of these. Like, again, like how amazing these stones look. And again, these aren't the most ancient stones in America. But these are pretty old. They're older than me. I was born in 1996. So most of these people were dead long before me. Arthur Eugene Hill. And you notice that? That looks like the Freemason symbol to me. Can you guys see that? Let's see if I can't, like... Yeah, can you guys see that? That's really interesting. I wonder... Like, the Freemasons are, like, a huge part of American history in its own way. And again, I'm not an expert on anything. But... it's just kind of curious to me. Oh, hold on. We got a newer grave over here. Let's see who this is. Curtis. Born in 1962. Passed away in 2017. Some other newer family graves over there. This one's even a little bit newer. Thompson. It says almost as if like entire like generations of families have lived here. And I've never heard of Indiantown, South Carolina, even though I'm from Myrtle Beach. You know, I've lived there since I was 8 years old. You know, minus the times that I left. So this is really interesting to me. Oh, here we go. Here's some more graves. And like, I'm really curious to find out like which ones of these, you know, were responsible for, you know, defending us from the British. Let's see. 1831 to 1901. Somebody recently left that flag here. I wonder if their descendants still live in the area. There's actually more. I don't know if this is just because, oh, look at that. Look at that. That tree grew and pushed up those gravestones. That's really cool. Yeah, there's some child graves out here too. That's really sad. That's the unfortunate part. Like, you know, 100, even just 100 years ago, like infant death was, it was like a lot higher than it is today, just because disease and war and all that stuff is sad. That's a pretty tree. Ah, squirrel! ADHD, guys. See, I'm trying to be very careful, like not to step on anything I shouldn't be stepping on. So really, I know why they needed to build all this, but like, it's so close. It's so close, guys. I don't know. There's a broken tombstone over here. We're gonna look at the names, especially the broken ones. Mary Wilson, wife of David D. Wilson. And it's really hard to make out the rest of the stone. But, Mary Wilson, you are not forgotten. I think, oh, here's the replacement. Wife of David D. Wilson, who departed this life on 30th March, 1839, in the 15th year of her age. Oh my God, that's awful. A devoted Christian from birth until her life passed peacefully and calmly on. Colonel David Wilson, I wonder, this has got to be her dad. That's really sad. 15 years old. And she died. I don't know, I don't fully know what the story is, but that's sad. You know, it's like, it's sad when anyone dies, but it's even sadder when, you know, a young person dies. You know, because when a young person dies, like, all of their lineage that could have been also dies. You know, and that changes the course of history there. So remember to tell your friends that if they are feeling in any sort of depressive way, they need to reach out for help. That has nothing to do with this, but just, you know, young people dying. In today's world, it has a lot to do with, you know, choosing to leave this world, not necessarily, you know, being taken out by something. But these people here that are buried here are the stars of the show today. Blessed are the dead which die in the Lord. Interesting. Sarah Elizabeth Josie. She died as she lived, a Christian. Now, I have nothing against religion. I love Christians. I grew up one, but I'm no longer one, but I love Christians. But I don't know. For me personally, I wouldn't just want my religious affiliation, you know, printed on my tombstone. I think that people's lives are much more important and much more rich, even if it doesn't seem like it. Like, I don't know, did she enjoy sewing? Seriously, did Sarah Elizabeth Josie, did she enjoy sewing or knitting? Did she have cats? Like, I don't know. And I guess a lot of them don't say a whole lot about the people, but I mean, at least some people have stuff like this. Looks like the steps of a good man, let's see, are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Like, at least that's poetic, right, guys? At least that's beautiful. Not saying that her gravestone wasn't beautiful at all. I wish I knew a little bit more. You know, that's what I think about. Here we go. I would not live always. No, welcome the tomb. There sweet be my rest, till he bid me arise, to hail him in triumph, descending the skies. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. It's not beautiful that they died, but at least the tombstones. And see that big grave right there? I thought that was like another like information sign at first when we were on the other side. Yeah, this is really interesting. I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is ooh. Here's an unknown grave. I want to know the story so badly. Like, there's not I don't even see a date on it. Was that maybe like a British person like that died, or like an unknown soldier? I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter because, you know, human life is sacred regardless, you know, of what you believe or anything. Let's see, it looks like another child grave. I don't like seeing children's graves. It's sad, but, you know, it's how stuff was. Oh my goodness, that looks like a whole family right there. These small little ones. Hope you guys kind of enjoyed this little walkthrough of this church and graveyard of Indiantown, South Carolina. And I just barely got into this town. If I see anything else really cool here, I will make a part 2. But for now, I hope you guys really enjoyed exploring with me and all of my quirks, you know, happening in between. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Like, just like, oh, squirrel. That's just my personality. So you guys either like it or you don't. Anyway, if you really enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, click the bell icon, and we will see you next time on Undaunted Nomad. Bye, guys.